Hi, I'm Lizzie with the Emo Social Club, and I'm talking with Greg from the Bouncing Souls. Thanks so much for hanging out with us today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. And we're going to start off right at the top with just a couple of questions we ask everybody.
Okay.
So one of them being, what is the most emo song you're listening to right now?
Wow. The first thing that pops into my head, probably because it just came out. It's our new single. I know I'm probably supposed to say another band, but honestly, that's on the top of my brain because it just came out yesterday.
Yes, and it's called Power, right?
Correct.
Yes. So can you, before we get to the next question, can you talk a little bit about that single and kind of what the songwriting process was and kind of the thematic elements behind it?
Sure enough. Pete, the guitar player, came to a studio session a while ago with the idea, and it was this like cool, him on acoustic guitar, sort of like Jim Carroll-ish mixed with like HR words, and we were like, this is cool, Pete, but I'm not sure what to do with it. So that's the very beginning of it, and by the end, we mix it up in the blender, and essentially the core of the song is about personal power. Everyone has that personal power, and sometimes it's hard to recognize the impact that your energy has in the world. So we're trying to emphasize that we have strong positive or negative energy that we can project into the world. It has an impact every moment. So again, trying to sum that up in a song as best we can. That's kind of the gist.
Yeah, especially with everything that's been going on in the world, it's always good to be able to say, like, you have some autonomy, you can do what you need to do in life.
Exactly. It's very easy to slip into this idea that, what the heck am I going to do, in this chaotic world? But being aware that your energy and your thoughts and your energy that you put into the world has an impact at every moment.
Yes, no, that's awesome. And I think over the course of, was it about 37 years you guys have been a band?
Yeah.
Which is crazy because
It is.
I'm only 30, so you guys have been around longer than I've been alive. But I think you guys as a punk band also is so, one, we do see a lot of punk bands that are out there, but we also don't see them also at maybe your level continuously doing it. So how has that kind of been over all these decades?
It's been such a deep, long, interesting journey. Like, we grew up together, I'm still actually in my high school band, technically, grew up a few miles from each other. So we've been through every phase of life, like being the crazy kids living in a punk house, living in a van for 10 years, trying to maintain relationships and have families. So every step of the way. And to sum that up, I think now it's actually an amazing accomplishment that we still like each other, honestly, and enjoy being together. And I think that's sort of part of the magic dust of the Bouncing Souls. Is like, I know you can see it on stage when there's a energy between a band, like a chemistry, as they say. So I think that's sort of been our precious gold and gem that we've all sort of been like going through all this like trials and tribulations through life. We want to like keep the gem sparkly, and it's not easy. Obviously, we all have life changes, and you have to manage, and you have to respect each other and care about each other. And some people have a rough time. You got to push them up, and that's life, right? So going through all that, I'm so grateful now. And we're having a great time.
No, that's awesome. Again, I think that's great because there are a lot of acts, especially with this big nostalgia boom with a lot of the alternative scene.
Yeah.
There's always that joke of, how much did certain whatever festival pay to get this band back together?
Yes, because
and
they
you're
just
looking
despise
on stage
each other.
And you're like, I know they hate each other right now.
Yeah. Again, we've had some rough times, but that's hard to perform when you're mad at someone. It's definitely not easy. It doesn't make it fun.
No, exactly. And I think it always comes through when you guys do perform on stage that you are actually enjoying what you're doing.
Yeah.
You are doing it because it's just the love of the game in the best way possible.
It is. I do not want to be doing this if we're not. It would be pointless at this point.
No, exactly. Now, we just have one last question for you, too. Now, I know you guys are a punk band, but that doesn't absolve you from this.
Yes.
What makes Bouncing Souls so emo?
Well, that's the thing. We came up it's hard to even perceive this now, but like we were the punk band that like would play all these other shows. So we would play hardcore shows, and it was more genre specific. So, you know, rock and roll has emotion, you know, so I mean, like good rock and roll and good music has emotion. So that's why in my mind, you know, emo, just to tell you, in the 90s, when emo, the word first came out, it was attributed to almost a completely different sounding style of music.
Yes.
And then it's like, and then like 10 years later, everyone's like, blah, 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 emo. I'm like, they're emo now? I'm like, that's emo now? Like, so again, the definition of it is very loose.
Oh, yeah.
So I just have to go with, you know, if you feel that emotion, it doesn't matter, you know, what, you know, I know it's also a certain genre.
Yeah.
But that's a moving target for me. So if I feel emotion, rock and roll, music, whatever it is, with guitars, without guitars, if you feel emotion, that's all you need.
No, that's awesome. So I would say that you guys are technically then first wave emo, maybe.
I mean, we were like right in that pocket. You know what I mean? We lived there with all those bands and played with all those bands. You know, like Lifetime were our buds.
Yeah.
They lived down the street. Like, I feel like there, as that style, so many bands that were like emo later were like, Lifetime was our go-to, you know? So in that realm, they're our buds. We came from the same place.
Okay, yeah. So, I mean, listen, if you're homegrown all together, it doesn't matter what it is. The music brings everyone together.
Exactly.
Yes. All right. So, Greg, where can everybody find Bouncing Souls, and also about your upcoming tour that you also have with Jer as well, which is very awesome to see them on your routing too?
Yes. Yeah. We're on a run right now. About a week and a half left down south, making our way to Florida. And then this December, we're also touring the East Coast Fuck You tour. And we have Power just came out, and we have a song coming out later this year too, a single.
All right, awesome. All right, well, thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Thanks, Lizzie.